Terrell, can you hear me now? It might be because of your phone or your Chrome or whatever it is that you're using. It's probably muted because I probably using my headsets though, but I think it's better without it. Let me check something right quick. So no, I cannot be muted. I hope I'm not. In the world? Okay. I'm just making sure. Okay. I'm just making Okay, you good, man. All right, so let's get into the review of episode 13 and what is my overall thoughts on it. And like I said before, I thought it was good. It wasn't perfect by all means. I did have some problems with it, as far as like the pacing of the voice acting and just felt like the whole plot of it felt kind of rushed about who Easy likes and who and why Javi is trying to set his sister up for a date or whatever though without talking to her. And I'm gonna get to that by the minute. So earlier I did my reaction and my review of episode 13 of Down of Fury, which for one I thought it was good. I know in the past I stated that I was worried that it was going to feel so forced to the point where it was going to become one of the worst episodes of season 1 of Dino Fury, and I ended up being wrong completely. The way it was executed towards the end, I feel like they took their time, getting it together. But I think later on in the episode, the part when they show Javi's trying to set Easy up on a date, thinking that Easy had feelings for Javi's best friend, but turns out she didn't. But I think the fight scenes and the action in this episode felt kind of good. Even though it was too short, I felt like it could have been more longer. Use a little bit of real soldier footage and use original footage when it came to the fight scenes. They only use like Sentai footage just for the power-ups, which I find nothing wrong with it because it was like that in the Real Soldier, you know. And yeah, the Megazord fights was pretty cool. The T-Rex Blazing Zord was one of my favorite ones I've seen because you want to say toy sales go through the roof, right? Got to put out the products to sell sell toys for the kids. So yeah, and I think towards the end of the episode, Void Knight ends up removing his helmet, and we finally can't even get it out. We finally got to see what he actually looks like without the helmet on. And it's funny because he kind of reminded me of Lyrical from Power Rangers Mystic Force, how Mystic Knight was evil then turned good towards the mid finale towards the end of the show. And I kind of wasn't a fan of that, yeah, Mystic Knight. What was it? Mystic Knight. I don't know, but let's just say that he was better off as evil in Mystic Force. And I think that's kind of like what Void Knight is reminding me of. I'm getting like flashbacks of Mystic Force, when the Knight was a human. And I always assumed that he was an alien or a monster, and it kind of makes sense because all he wanted to do was free his wife from the tube. And that alone was like the Batman type of feel, like Batman Robin type feel, the way they wrote it in the episode. But I think for the most part, the rest of the episode was really good. The camera work when it comes to the fight scenes were really good. I think the stunt doubles were incredible in this episode. So shout outs to them. Yeah. But I think towards the end of the episode, I kind of like the way they wrote down, how, AZ and that girl ended up dating together and all that. Like I said, I think some of that did feel kind of forced a little bit, the way they was written down. I think the second arc of that episode, but I still say it was pretty good. I gave it a solid 3 out of 5, so I'm not going to change my score. So at the end of the day, it's how I feel. These are my opinions. So yeah. But one thing somebody told me in the video, that when Javi had apologized to his sister for, you know, barging into his life, I mean her life and her business and everything. Uh but I kind of felt like, looking back at that comment, it kind of made me think, you know what? I didn't even pay attention to that as well. I didn't even look into that. So she should have told Javi about her true feelings for a girl, instead of like, getting mad at him for, barging into your business. Like, don't you think you should have told him how he felt first before you decided to just go off for him though? I always felt that was kind of like unnecessary. She kind of did that in episode 5 when her special needs cousin, was late for her training, and she kind of overreacted, the same way. I think Az, I love the character, but I think she's gotta like stop overreacting to everything all the time. Like, it's not even that serious. He made a mistake, yeah, but I just felt like the way you overreacted, you should have just told him how you felt first before, you know. But I think that part kind of, you know, threw me off a little bit though. But like I said, I still say it was a good episode. It was not the best. It was not perfect either. It was very good. So Dino Fury has come a long way since the first episode. I am looking forward to the episode 14, which was the Halloween special. Well, not really a Halloween, but I guess, they're gonna probably air it, in a national airing in the UK. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Lord Zed episode, because Lord Zed is the better villain than Rita Repulsa, and it's obvious. So yeah, I know who he is though. I mean, I recognize the actor, but it was just interesting that a guy from the Disney era of the Power Rangers is also coming back in the Hasbro era, which still feels like it's a Neo Saban season. But overall, episode 13 of Dino Fury was good. Like I said, 3 out of 5 for me. I still stand by my scores, so I'm not going to change it. So let's get into some Marvel news. So if you give me a few moments, let me search up the website so we can all read and discuss the possibility of Wolverine and the Spider-Man 2 being in the same universe. So give me a few moments. Yeah, my bad, girl. Unfortunately, I can't find an article that Uncaged Games, I don't know how he found it though, but we're going to react to his video and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it and why I think it's cool to have both Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 in that same universe. So let me share the video because, I got to share. First of all, let me turn this down some.
What's up,
Let me know if you guys can hear.
Welcome back to another news video regarding the new Wolverine video game coming out from Insomniac Games. You guys know that we're super hyped for the game.
Yeah, I am too.
We've been waiting for this huge news to be announced for quite some time, and I think it's time to get excited because they have announced that Wolverine and the Spider-Man games are in the same universe. Let's talk about it. Let's get it. If you guys have not yet, be sure to drop a thumbs up because this is huge. Marvel's Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 PlayStation games set in the same universe? Oh, we gotta read about this. Insomniac Games has confirmed that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine will be part of the same universe, unlike other Marvel games. They are now...
This is really interesting. This is really, really interesting to know that both Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 are set in the same universe. I can only imagine if Wolverine shows up towards the end of Spider-Man 2 and then we'll get the official start of his own game. Like that right there would have been great to see. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just predicting it. So... But yeah, the fact that they're going to be sharing the same universe is something interesting. Yeah, I'm liking this. Shout out to Uncaged Games for making this video.
I'm talking about, Marvel's Avengers, which is made by Square Enix, and the Marvel's Guardians game that is also made by Square Enix. So I think that's what they're talking about. Those games are not connected to the Insomniac Marvel games, but Wolverine and Spider-Man connected, I'm cool with that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep reading. Insomniac Games has confirmed that its two Marvel games, Marvel's Wolverine and Marvel's Spider-Man 2, are part of the same universe. Up until now, no standalone Marvel game have been directly connected to each other, which has led to some fans getting a tad annoyed given the fans are so interwoven. That is true. The films, like every Marvel film that comes out, for the most part, are connected in some way, shape, or form. They have done so many video games. I feel like it's a missed opportunity that they don't connect the universes. I said this in my breakdown video, which there is a Spider-Man Easter egg. If you have not checked that video out, check out my Wolverine breakdown trailer video. There's a lot of cool Easter eggs.
Yeah, I think we're going to check that out once we finish with this.
There's a lot of games that should be in the same universe, but they're not. Like, for example... DC is releasing a brand new Gotham Knights game, which you play as the Bat Family. I know this is weird. This is a Marvel video talking about DC stuff, but bear with me. In that game, you play as the Bat Family, but it's not taking place in the same universe as the Batman Arkham games, which is a missed opportunity there. There's also Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, which I think I've heard that that's connected to the Arkham games. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. It's been so long since we got any news about that, but yeah. Marvel's Wolverine, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, made by Insomniac, same, studio making both these games. Why not have them, connected in the same universe? Just so wasted of an opportunity not to do it. Thank you, Insomniac, for taking these two games and combining them and making it one universe. Finally, I don't know why.
It would have been cool if they actually came out with the Ultimate X-Men, because if y'all remember back in 2005 when Activision actually came out with the Ultimate Spider-Man game, which is still the best Spider-Man games of all time. I still have it in my PS2, and I beat it like a couple of times in the past. So they never really connected with the Ultimate X-Men since it was made by that same artist who drew Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, imagine them doing that and sharing that same universe in one comic into one video game as well. And it was like I said before, you see all these Marvel movies being shared in the same universe, but how come you couldn't do that with the games? So the fact that Insomniac actually took the time to do this and have the balls to do it, it's not only a breath of fresh air, but it's kind of like the step in the right direction for the future Insomniac games when it comes to Marvel characters. I'm here for it.
These game companies have not connected the universes sooner, but I guess 2023 is going to be the year that Marvel has connected games. It's about time. Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine will somewhat remedy this, however, and begin some sort of connected universe. The first trailer for Marvel's Wolverine is intentionally vague and also seems to be much further away than the Spidey sequel, but it does have some minor hints. For starters, it seems like Wolverine isn't in New York City. He appears to be in some sort of rural bar, possibly in Quebec, thanks to the license plate seen in the corner of the bar. I made a whole breakdown video. I don't think he's in Quebec, but yeah, check out that video. That said, Insomniac has stated the two games are within the same universe, so it's likely Wolverine and Spider-Man will meet up at some point, and that will be such an amazing moment.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
You know, in the sequel for Spider-Man 2, or in the Spider-Man 2 game, the trailer shows Miles and Peter teaming up to take on Venom, and I think that's Kraven I hear in the background, but, you know, Wolverine and Venom has duked it out, so maybe Wolverine could be like an after credit. I don't know. I think it might be a little soon. If anything, there might be words and hints of Spider-Man in the Wolverine game. Maybe like Logan's watching TV and there's a news of like Spider-Man swinging. I don't know. But I don't really see Wolverine showing up in Spider-Man games just yet. But if it does happen, I'm hyped. Insomniac confirms on the PlayStation blog that its Marvel's Wolverine is a standalone game being directed by Brian Horton, but it's also building a new original universe with Spider-Man and now Wolverine. The trailer for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 teases Venom and other villains, so it's likely Peter Parker and Miles will have their hands full. Perhaps there's an opportunity for Wolverine to show up and lend a helping hand or claws. But it may be a lot to cram into the sequel. At the very least, it seems like there may be plans to have the characters cross over at some point, given they coexist in the same universe. Guys, just imagine this, all right?
All this sounds really good, though.
But imagine, we get the Spider-Man games already. We get the Wolverine game. I don't know, have a Hulk game or another couple of superhero games, and then they form a crossover game and they all team up to take on the big baddie. That would be sick.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be so much to handle. But if anyone was going to do it, Insomniac Games, I have full faith they could knock it out of the park. Insomniac
I think they can, though.
A number of other Marvel heroes that already exist in the unofficial coined Marvel game universe. In Marvel Spider-Man, players can find references to Doctor Strange, the Avengers, Daredevil, and a number of other characters.
I did not know that.
More characters are also getting games within this universe. I've said it before. I think a Daredevil game would be kind of dope.
Oh, man.
And like the articles.
You know what? Daredevil is my favorite character as well. I would have loved to see him get his own game by the same company. Man, you know, when Daredevil makes an announcement, I'm getting excited talking about it. I don't know why, but it's weird.
Says there has been Easter eggs, references to other heroes in the Spider-Man game. There is Avengers in the universe. So I know we have Marvel's Avengers, and that has left a bad taste in a lot of players' mouths. But if Insomniac made a Marvel's Avengers game in the form of Spider-Man,
I'll take it. I will take it.
I'm getting excited, and it's not even confirmed. It's not nothing, all right? This is just an idea, but I'm getting excited. Up until now, Marvel has not had a video game universe to rely on. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is totally standalone. Despite being published by Square Enix, the publishers of Marvel's Avengers, this has allowed every developer some leeway in terms of stories it can tell, giving everyone a blank slate of creative freedom, but it has also hindered some of these games. Given all these characters live within one universe in the comics and now the films, it's been frustrating not to see that in a video game. Thankfully, Insomniac looks to be changing that. Guys, I can't be the only one excited.
Thank God for Insomniac. If anybody can trust this company, oh yeah, it's definitely this guy and everybody who is a fan of those games. I'm here for it.
About Wolverine and Spider-Man possibly sharing the same video game screen. This is amazing. Like the article said, we've had many games where there's heroes, but they're not in the same universe. It's just their own little games. Spider-Man is such an amazing game, and there's so many amazing characters in the Marvel Universe. I'm glad that someone is finally taking another character in the Marvel Universe and having them live in the same world. The Marvel game universe is expanding. Well, it started with Spider-Man, then Miles, and now we got Wolverine. If this Wolverine game does well, imagine they do an X-Men game. Guys, that would be hype. You know what? Forget about a new Avengers game.
What if Insomniac did a Power Rangers game or Mortal Kombat as a beat 'em up? Just like Shaolin Monks, they could do the same thing as well. So we haven't had a chance to have an open world Power Rangers game back in 2016, which unfortunately that got scrapped real bad. But now that Hasbro is taking over the franchise now, they can probably go back and make the games themselves. Imagine a Power Rangers game playing like Insomniac games like that. Yeah, it's bringing all of the Tokusatsu fans all together.
Game from Insomniac, I would be kind of like over the moon hype for an Insomniac X-Men game. Imagine playing as Colossus, Nightcrawler, Iceman, Gambit. Dude, there's so many. Storm. Oh my god, the characters are endless. The X-Men are amazing. All right, I'm going to calm down here before I get too excited about a game that's not even out yet, or actually a sequel to a game that's not even out yet. Anyways, that's the big news for today. Wolverine, Spider-Man, same universe. I am so excited. There were some people saying there are two different universes, Cage. They're not in the same
No, they
world.
are, bro. They are.
Insomniac is making both Spider-Man and Wolverine. Why would they not make it in the same universe? That's just silly. But if you guys enjoyed this news video regarding,
all right, we're gonna check out another video.
Wolverine, Spider-Man, goodness,
the
make sure you guys
Wolverine
drop a thumbs
Easter
up
egg.
and click that subscribe button.
Could this thing acting slow as on or what? Let me go to this channel right here, and we're gonna go to the Wolverine Easter egg. This thing slow as I don't know what, man.
What's up, guys? My name is Arcade Kings. Welcome back. Yes, back to another video. Today, we're going to be doing a breakdown of the brand new Insomniac Wolverine game trailer. They revealed it at the PlayStation Showcase. We lost our freaking minds because no one saw this coming. Oh my god! Wait, I was just wait, what? Because if you guys don't know, Wolverine is one of my favorite Marvel characters of all times, man.
Mine
Hugh
as
Jackman
well.
is my Wolverine. I can never see another Wolverine that's not Hugh Jackman. Anyways, I'm excited for this game, and I've watched the trailer so many times because it's just so short and sweet, and honestly, that trailer sold me. I'm already going to get the game. But there are some things in this little trailer teaser that I think a lot of us might have glanced over and didn't notice. So I'm going to be pointing out and breaking down all the Easter eggs and references I found in the Wolverine trailer. So if you guys are excited and want to see some more Wolverine coverage, Spider-Man coverage, drop a thumbs up to try to get the video 3,000 likes for the 3 claws. Let's get it. We're going to break down the trailer here bit by bit. We're not going to play any music because we got hit by copyright for 6 seconds. Here we go. We're going to start off with a shot of the bar. Man, every time I just see this trailer, literally I've watched it so many times. It's like engraved in my brain. So I've noticed a lot of things in this trailer that if I really wanted to, I could probably stretch and make some connection to another character. But we're not going to do that because if I really want to, I'll be like, oh, playing cards, Gambit. But that's not the case. So the first shot we see here, I see some things that I want to point out. There's not too much of a connection that I can find, but I will point out right now. With my handy dandy software here, we're going to zoom in real quick and we can see this pillar, this pole here. And it's a little dark, but if we use the brightness, ooh, and then some of that.
What is that?
Yes. Okay. And then a little sharpen action. Look at that. Look at that advanced technology I have right here. So there are some names I can see. CJT. I think that says Charlie. That says F+J. Let me zoom in some more so you guys can see this. So there are some names on this pillar, this bar, pole.
I don't know who these people are.
Call it. There's also some names up here.
I did not know that either.
See, there we go. We got Barrett. We got Taylor or Tyler. We got Willie Beck. I think this says something. Savage. There are some names scattered around the top of the bar and all around it. Does this mean anything? I think a lot of these names are probably developers of the Wolverine game. I did a lot of research, and I was trying to see if there's anybody that these names can stick to. And unfortunately, I couldn't find anything. But if you guys see a name that sticks...
If they did something like this for real, kudos to Insomniac.
Out to you and you're like, oh, I know what CJT stands for, Charles James III or something, let me know in the comments. But I thought I would point it out because not a lot of people really took a moment to look at this shot, and they mainly looked at the next shot, which we'll be talking about in a couple seconds here. But yeah, a lot of names on the ceiling and on the pole here, so let me know if any of that sticks out to you guys. Now we take a look in the background. You can see some Asian lanterns, which this bar is taking place somewhere in Asia. Where exactly in Asia? I'll tell you guys in a couple of seconds. But we
ain't it more like Chinatown?
Lanterns scattered around this bar. Cards on the ground. Gambit confirmed. Just kidding, but who knows? This right here is jam-packed.
Oh, yeah.
Jam-packed with Easter eggs. First of all, can we give a shout out to Logan rocking the flannel, his classic casual outfit flannel hat. Love it. 10 out of 10. Like I said earlier, the bar is somewhere in Asia. And if we look right here, we got some signs. First of all, the Princess Bar. So this bar, the Princess Bar, is a famous bar that Logan goes to quite often. It's located in Madripoor, which is Southeast Asian islands. There's the sign right there. All right, we got some specials here. There's also another sign that says Madripoor right there. So there are a lot of signs, and we can pretty much guarantee that one part of the game will be taking place in the Asian islands. But let's get into some of the fun and exciting Easter eggs here. First one being, if we go all the way to the right side and we zoom in, what is this license plate say?
Hulk?
HLK 181. Why does this look like a word? Because it means Hulk. 181, issue 181, which is the first appearance of Wolverine.
No way.
So that is pretty awesome that is a little Easter egg planted here. Will Hulk show up in this game? Will we get some type of flashback of Wolverine?
Man, this video don't... Okay, every time I try to pause this video, it keeps playing. But the fact that they dropped this Easter egg into this trailer, I have no idea that this happened, man. Shout outs to Insomniac and shout outs to Uncaged Games for just making this video. Like, I'm starting to learn a lot now.
Fighting Hulk? I don't think so, but I think that's a really fun Easter egg. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, snap. Hulk? There could be a chance that he shows up, but I doubt it. If this is connected to the other games, not the Square Enix Avengers game, but if this is connected to other Insomniac Marvel games, I mean, Hulk showing up could be cool because that could be a little stepping stone for the next Insomniac game. Could be Incredible Hulk. That could be cool. Or Avengers, but I don't see them doing another Avengers game after, you know. Next little Easter egg here is pretty similar to the Hulk Easter egg, but if you look over here, we got on the register 1974, which is the year that Wolverine first showed up in the comics, so that's pretty neat.
That's cool.
This next one is one that I'm probably the most excited about, and that is because it is possibly hinting at a connected universe. If we look all the way to the left side here,
Radio Lowtown,
see that there is a little sticker that says Radio Lowtown 1048 FM. Now, 1048, what does that number mean? I mean, that number can mean pretty much anything. I looked it up. I did a lot of research, a lot of digging, and that number actually does mean something in the Marvel Universe. More specifically, 1048 is the Earth number that the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 game takes place in. That is right.
Oh,
Spider-Man
my
PS4,
God.
That game, that Earth is Earth 1048. So, does this mean that this game is going to be connected to the Spider-Man PS4 game? It's no confirmation. Definitely not confirmation. But that is pretty exciting stuff. And honestly, though, I'm just going to throw this out there. Insomniac made Spider-Man PS4. And now they're making Wolverine. If they didn't make the universe connected, I feel like that would be a huge missed opportunity. I'm pretty sure they will make it connected because they've done already 2 Marvel games, Spider-Man and Miles Morales. They're connected. So if you're doing another Marvel property, why not connect them in some way, shape, or form? Oh, we got the 1048 little sticker there. So this could be a good sign. I'm gonna, I'm not betting all my money on this.
I don't call so many Easter eggs in this trailer because of this dude. I feel like we're all learning a lot together.
I think they're smart enough to connect the universes. They have such a good thing going here. Why waste it and not have them together? When I found out that 1048 was the Earth that the Spider-Man game was in, I wish you guys could have saw my eyes. My eyes were like, Insomniac, don't do this. Don't
everybody go into an ad break.
All right, the next little thing.
These days, there is a lot to balance. But Grammarly ensures you communicate.
Little thing is nothing too big, but I saw the sign here and I didn't know what it said, so I used an app and I translated it. I don't know, one of these words says none. If you guys know what one of these words says, or if you guys know what it says, let me know. But the translator only translated, I think, the lower part or the top part, and it said none. So
I don't get it.
Business. I don't know, but thought I'll throw that in this little video here. And that is pretty much all the things I can catch from this little shot right here. If you guys do see anything else that is really like, oh my God, let me know. This little diploma certificate here, I tried to zoom in and do a little sharpening action, but I can't make out those words. So
I don't know who that is either, though.
Let me know as well. Let's get to our next little Easter egg. Again, in the background, we can see those lanterns, and we see the thug here. Now, this might be a very quick thing that a lot of people glanced over because we're already so hyped that it's Logan. If we go back and we look right here, what's significant about this gang thug dude. If you look at his arms, he has tattoos. One of the tattoos being, it's a little hard to make out, but it kind of looks like tiger print or a tiger on his arm.
It's a tiger. It's a tiger.
You might be saying, Cage, why is tiger tattoo, meaningful to this video? Why are we pointing this out? Anyone can have a tiger tattoo. True. But the reason why I'm pointing out this tiger tattoo is because this bar is owned by Madripoor crime lord herself, Jasane Hone. I believe that's how you pronounce her name.
Saint Hone?
Cage, okay, you're saying names. I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Well, I didn't know who that was either until I did more research. Jasane Hone. Again, if I'm mispronouncing the name, I apologize. But Jasane, also known as Tiger.
Okay, I don't know this character either.
Crime lord of Madripoor.
Oh.
Owns the Princess Bar. This guy has a tiger tattoo attacking Logan, which the bar is.
So that could be the
favorite.
reason why that sign was like that.
This is really connecting here. You guys see the puzzles getting placed? So, I think it is going to be...
Wait a second. Let me go back. Remember a few seconds ago when we came from that bar scene? If you pay attention to that sign that we couldn't even understand what it was saying, I think this sign was referencing the one we've seen when Logan was sitting there. Yeah, this kind of makes sense a little bit.
I think it is going to be, not 100% confirmed, but I think it's safe to assume that we're going to see Tiger show up in this game, seeing that it's her bar, seeing as I'm pretty sure this guy is her gang, thug, crony, henchman. Yeah, things are falling into place, and I'm getting hyped. Now, Tiger is not really that popular of a character. I'm not going to lie and be like, I know everything about Tiger because I don't. I had to do research. I've learned more about Tiger in the past 24 hours than I did my entire life. So all I know is there's a good chance we can see Tiger showing up in the Marvel Wolverine game. And then, of course, we get the epic shot of
the
blades, which they are the adamantium blades. So this is not an origin where he has the bones. It's straight up adamantium. It looks amazing. We're probably still going to get a origin part of the game where you play with the bone claws, if I had to take a guess. But right here at this current point, Logan looks like he's, I'm going to say, in his prime. Primal Rage. You know what it is. But there you guys have it. That was my breakdown of the Insomniac's Marvel Wolverine.
All right, we're going to get out of here for a minute. All right. This to me, just imagine if Mortal Kombat 12 ended up getting Wolverine as a DLC character, right? Imagine his fatality being slitting people's throats and then cutting up in half. No. Actually, what he would do is he'll slice and dice you multiple times, and then he'll take one arm with the blade and then stab you through the lower gut area and just go like that. And that's how your enemy dies. And if Wolverine can have that crazy fatality, that right there would have been super dope. I would have loved to see that happen in MK12 if they're actually going to, throw in some DLC characters. Because Wolverine is one of the most popular characters of all time. So all of the Easter eggs we've seen in Uncaged Games video, I think we've all learned a lot. From the 1048, to the Hulk sign, which was the comic book they came out back in the day. So all that was just crazy. Let's head to the chat, see what everybody's saying. Okay, at this point, Daredevil needs to. Yeah, they do, because Daredevil is the most popular character too. Maybe sometime down the line, we can actually get a rematch between Wolverine and Venom that was shown in Ultimate Spider-Man. I would have loved to see that too, guys. And you have to remember, Wolverine and Venom fought in Ultimate Spider-Man back in 2005. Now, I've said this, that imagine if Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimate X-Men shared that same universe in the same game. If they would have teamed up, it would have been the most epic game in the sequel. But why did that plan get scrapped is beyond me. It was just one of my ideas that I was interested in it. What's up, VJL? How you doing? I appreciate you commenting the video. Yo, that would be awesome. Yeah, it would be, because Daredevil could have his own game by Insomniac, because that company knows exactly how to make good beat 'em up games, and it's starting to show. Down and Fury was good. Can't wait for Lois Z. Me too. Lois Z is the GOAT, hands down. Better than Rita Repulsa. Jason Scott is the best Power Ranger of all time. Yes, he is. Although I prefer him as the Red Ranger because that is the one I grew up with the most. But him and Zeo, it's okay. But I prefer him as Red because he is the most recognizable figure in the public. So I plan on watching episode 13 to 22 when it comes out. You know, the international airings, I think I prefer that, to be shown, to be watched than on Nickelodeon, because Nickelodeon, ever since Samurai came out, all we've been getting is 22 episodes per season instead of just airing 4 episodes a year. Instead of just like waiting a few months later to come back with a brand new episode and then some good and some bad. Like, I kind of hate that when Nickelodeon does that. But to me, I literally felt like, the Neo Saban era was a train wreck in the Power Rangers history. But when it comes to Hasbro, it still felt like the Neo Saban era, in my opinion, because of the acting and the lines. So one-liners and such. That's how I feel about that, though. But Dino Fury, for the most part, is a good show. Like I said, there are some step backs towards the few episodes, but the show is still good overall because it felt different because of the music and the writing overall. And plus, the camera work when it comes to the fight scenes, they felt so different than the past Neo Saban seasons, including Beast Morphers. Dino Fury, yes. Dino Fury is lame. You're entitled to your opinion, man. That's how you feel. They put an LGBT character on there. I'm not gonna have this discussion with you or anywhere else. So, okay, first of all, if you're gonna come here and start drama, then you're gonna have to leave. Because we're not about to start drama here, because I've already discussed it, so we don't need to talk about it again. I mean, what's done is done. VJL, don't worry about it, man. I blocked him. I put him on timeout, so we're not gonna have any more, drama on the nonsense. So Matterport is basically a hotspot for mutants. You know what? Yeah, I never even noticed that, because I don't read the comics that much, but I think I might have to start doing that myself just so that I can be able to catch up on certain things, so that I'll be able to understand a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now like they did in a forced way. All they did was just acknowledge the fact that she's a lesbian. Nothing wrong with that. I agree, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, what's done is done. But Azrael, look, I know you're not a fan of that. I'm not either though, but you have to understand, you know, why I'm giving this a pass. So if you want to be butthurt about it, that's fine, but don't come here and cause chaos. So okay, let's go on to other comments here. For now, Insomnia Games is making Wolverine game for X-Men. Well, we don't know how well the Wolverine game is going to be. We have to see if they're going to test the waters first. If the Wolverine game does well, they're going to continue. Well, they're going to confirm to make the official X-Men game. So we have to wait and see. Brandon McCree, what's up? Wolverine on MK12 will be dope. Yes, it is. So because of his fatalities, I want to see Wolverine versus Hulk. You spelled Hulk wrong. It's Hulk, not HALK. So just want to correct you, but I would love to see that too. So I'm not gonna knock you down. It's all good, man. I've seen your corrections. I can't even come out right. When my birthday comes, when my birthday comes, Brandon, when you say when my birthday comes, you gotta put the I'm, not I, like I gonna watch Venom 2. You gotta say I'm gonna go watch Venom 2. Just want to help you correct your grammar. I understand what you're saying. Just imagine the type of gameplay that will do for Wolverine. Him doing that spinning combo on enemies, because we all know he did that and I think he did some of that in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or in versus K3. I'm not sure what games he did that though, but I kind of noticed that myself. If you ever played the Wolverine, X-Men Wolverines, you know, I'm not even going to say that. I'm just going to read. Yeah, I heard it was good. It was better than the movie. So, very good. All right, so I put the invite in the chat so you guys could come talk to me. So, if not, you could just ask me some few questions before we end the stream, because this has been fun so far. Because we just got done breaking down episode 13. Now we're doing the Wolverine videos. Oh, and yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be painting VGL's favorite Red Ranger from Lightspeed Rescue, Carter Grayson, tomorrow. So make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. Now let's what your worst DC movie you've seen? I can't say I have. I can't say which ones I like. There are so many of them that Batman Robin, the 1987 movie, that was one of the worst ones I've seen. That and Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. That game was atrocious. I was not a fan of that game at all. I said game, that movie. I wasn't a fan of that movie at all. I mean, the costumes were good, but the movie and the story just felt incomplete. It wasn't even a Frank Miller story. It just felt something different. It was not the comic on screen that I imagined it to be. And that 2017 Justice League, that was one of the worst ones I've seen because it wasn't Zack Snyder's vision. Although the Zack Snyder version of the Justice League was way better than the crappy 2017 version we've gotten 4 years ago. So I think that one alone was one of the worst ones I've seen. Yeah, so I think those are the ones I dislike about the DC movies. What is your favorite Marvel game? I mean, Marvel movie. I think both Sam Raimi, Spider-Man 1 and 2 are the best ones. But I do have some issues with it when it comes to the Mary Jane character. Because the reason why I like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man because it was made by Sam Raimi himself. Because one, he was the guy that made the Evil Dead franchise, which is one of my favorite horror films of all time. So I prefer that. And I also like the Black Panther movie, Recipes, Chadwick Boseman. What else I like? What else movie I like? I like the first Captain America movie, and I also like the first Avengers movie, which kind of skyrocketed the Avengers franchise and the sexualization of Scarlett Johansson's booty on Instagram. Trust me, every time I go on Instagram, I see nothing but Scarlett Johansson's booty on there. Like, okay, we get it, she's sexy, but what are you trying to gain out of it, really? What else movies I like from the MCU? I like Spider-Man Far From Home. I like that movie a lot. First time seeing it. I don't see myself watching it again. You know, I enjoyed it for what it was. I reviewed it in the past, so make sure you guys go check that out. What else I like? I like the 2008 The Incredible Hulk movie. I like that over the 2003 version because Ang Lee's 2003 Hulk movie was garbage. It was very boring. It made no sense. Nothing exciting was happening. And it just felt out of place. I was even a fan of it back then, back in 2003, when I first got the game and the movie itself. The game is even worse than the movie. But the only thing I liked about it was the bonus scenes when they show a lot of comic artists like Adam Kubert's drawing a scene out of the 2003 Hulk film. I've seen like different incarnations of it. And then they showed the behind the scenes of the comics and how the movie came about. But the movie was still trash. I still hate it. And Brian, I heard about the situation with Rikishi's niece being murdered. So we're not gonna talk about that right now. So we're gonna save that for last. Did you like any other Snyder movies? I don't know. I mean, I did like the that vampire joint. No, not the zombie joint. Army of the Dead. Yeah, Army of the Dead. I like that movie on Netflix. I've seen that one time. I think that and his version of the Justice League, I like that as well. I like both and Army of the Dead. Yeah, I like that film as well. So let's see. Who do you think is better, Bruce Banner or Edward Norton as Mark? I think Mark Ruffalo made a better Bruce Banner. Yeah, I think I like his chemistry. I mean, I kind of like Mark's version as the Hulk. I like him better than Edward's version because his performances as the Hulk was boring. Like he sucked as the Hulk. I'm sorry, him and Bruce Banner. I wasn't a fan of it. Yeah, the old 3 version of the Hulk sucked as well. That's getting on my nerves. Sam Raimi is going to kill it when it comes to the Doctor Strange. You know what? I keep hearing something about him directing Doctor Strange. I heard it was supposed to be scary, but if so, I'm here for it. So, I mean, I already got the Fire Stick, so we ain't got to worry about going to the movie theaters to see the movie. So the Fire Stick has all the movies that are coming out. So we finna check it out when it comes out. I don't know when, but it'll probably like in next year or even 2023. Maybe, I'm not sure. Listen, remember, y'all, I got the I put the invite in the chat so y'all can come talk to me. So we could just chill out, hang out, and have conversations. Talk about whatever. If not, then I'll just end the stream. Questions, comments, and concerns before I end the stream. Let me know now before I end it all. It was confirmed a while back that Sam Raimi is directing it, and the horror Senate is right. Oh man, that is cool. That's cool. I love it. I love that idea. With a Broly on MK. Okay, Brandon, I think you might want to stop typing because your grammar is like off. Not trying to be funny or anything, but I can barely read your words correctly. So, how would you make an amongst? How would you make an among? What? I think what you meant to say, how would you make a Power Rangers game if you were in charge? If I were in charge of Hasbro or anyway, I would have probably, made sure that the story makes sense, that it's good, the graphics, the game mechanics are perfect, the hit detections, and make sure that the net code is there, so that way players wouldn't have any problems with it. So I would have probably done that myself, and bring back some actors from the show to voice over their characters. Like if I were to make a Dino Fury game, whether it's a fighting game or a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and personally, I would have made it like a side-scrolling beat 'em up and a multiplayer as well. Kind of like Insomniac style, but it's done differently. Massive multiplayer online game for Power Rangers. Yeah, I mean that would have worked too. But if you remember when I said in the past that they had they had a chance to make an open world Power Rangers game, but that got scrapped. And no, I am not a fan of RPGs at all. I just don't like them at all. So I prefer side-scrolling beat 'em ups, open world beat 'em ups, fighting games. Those are the games that I prefer, and some sports games as well. But RPGs and shoot 'em ups, I'm not a fan of that because I don't know how to do. Well, I'm not that good at shoot 'em ups. Just saying. With that being said, that's going to end it for this episode of Chill Stream. I appreciate y'all for coming out, talking. It's been real. I'll see y'all in regular content. So y'all take it easy.